Michael Tuck's 400th game, but more importantly, need to stave off a new challenger. Hawthorn haven't lost to North since 1984, but the balance is changing. Which cost $4,000, the biggest ever seen in AFL football.
Favours Lawrence, who gets it down to Anderson. His kick goes towards half forward. Fairley's in the road.
And he has picked up Brereton, Dennis.
Fairley's down, nothing in that. A ballooning Dermot Brereton on the mark. Kick back through centre, Lawrence. Running into form, this young man. Steve Lawrence back towards the half-forward line. Morrissey out of the contest. Paul Deere over the top. Scholl goes off the ground. Out towards centre wing. Pritchard leads in the race out there. Scholl pushed him over. Romero, hurried kick. There's going to be a Hawthorn free.
This will be paid for that push.
So the Hawks go down to their half-forward line, but not very far. Gary Ayres sees that wobble over the boundary line on that outer side.
Good smother there by Craig Scholl from North.
And so a throw-in to take place. Paul Bryce, wearing 22, up against Deere. Pritchard has been busy early. Kennedy gets the hand pass away. Big test for this for Hawthorn. Loud cheer for Michael Tuck. He gets his first touch. It was a nice hand pass. The Hawks go up towards full forward. Platten does the scouting work. Can't get the ball out. Pressure on the North defence now. Johnny Platten asked the question.
Tell you what, Sandy, they were all looking for a mark there. They thought Dunstall take that mark. The kick coming from Pritchard was a fine effort. I think Dunstall thought he had it. Umpire let it go.
Deere wins it. Down towards the pocket. Martin gets a shocking bounce. Socket off the ground. Only as far as Chandler. His kick drops short, and the hero at the MCG. Could this be his night? It certainly should be.
I'm sure even with 400 games, Sandy, and 37 years of age, he'd still be nervous. A couple of early touches will really help him.
Been on the job for more than 18 years. He's outside 50. It'll be a big ask to score. Drifts it deep into the square. It goes over the top and crashes into the post for one behind. So a point to the plumber.
North changed their interchange as the lineups started there. Crocker started on the ground with McRae coming off on the bench. Di Domenico and Nugent for Hawthorn.
Interesting to see Tuck there with Jose Romero, who turned 19 on Wednesday. As the kick to the other side, the mark is taken strongly by Lawrence. Here's Lawrence. Little chip pass inside the 50. Brereton.
That could be the area where Ian Fairley will have some trouble with Brereton. His constant mobility will worry him. Fairley does read the game very well. Not an overly quick player, but his quickness of mind does help him. That mobility of Brereton, it could be the problem.
It'll take a good kick from here. See what the champ can do. Just inside the 50. It's a high kick, lacking the distance. Strong mark is taken down there by Kennedy.
It was the only player that went behind the goal line and had a run at it. And as Brereton set that ball up, Kennedy was the only player, as we see this on replay, see behind the line, got the sit, very strong mark.
John Kennedy then, point blank range, the first goal of the game. Hawthorn are 1-1, North Melbourne are yet to score.
First goal is always crucial, but more importantly tonight for the emotion of the game will help Hawthorn settle down, get them way to the start they were looking for. You always want the first goal on the ball. Which kick from Brereton just set up a little, and Kennedy left the screen from behind the line. Bryce couldn't get his fist to the ball.
So an early 7-point margin for the Hawks. As we've said, a crucial game for them, a loss, and they're out of the 5.
And the lineup, Sandy, pretty much as selected other than those couple of changes on interchange. Ayres is on rock, as someone politely suggested.
Had to happen, didn't it? Back in the middle, the Hawks by 7 points. Early stages of the first quarter here at the MCG. Lawrence gets a run and wins it. Whitman, however, runs into trouble. Still tries to soccer the ball along. He works very, very hard and got one a little high. So he will take it just forward of centre. Dunstall gives him the lead. He comes steaming out in front. Chandler at the back. The Northerners out of trouble to Scholl. Was pulled off that ball illegally. and will take it at half-back. Craig Scholl. North Melbourne defence under plenty of pressure early on. Pushed wide towards the wing, and over the line, Anthony Rock takes it over. Crowd in the background milling past the stand that is getting a facelift, and will be quite marvellous when it's finished. North Melbourne down towards Larkin. Was he held? Clarkson overruns it. Collins couldn't do anything with it. Langford gets it out, and Hawthorn out of trouble. Only as far as centre wing. Pritchard outmanoeuvred on that occasion, and Scholl takes a fine mark. Craig Scholl in towards Longmire territory. Play on called. Longmire wants support. Gets the sweeping hand pass in towards goal. The hurried snap looks pretty good from Rock. Anthony Rock gets his first, and North Melbourne's and the Roos answer the challenge. They trail by behind 1-1 to one straight goal.
Yes, and both full forwards there. I thought Dunstall earlier on with that mark that wasn't paid against Martin. On this occasion, I thought that should have been a mark to John Longmire there. Controlled that ball very well, but did well to recover. And then the pace of Rock got himself around quickly, and a good finish. Good replay goal by North Melbourne.
Great start then. They're scrambling in the centre. Rock at the base of all of that. And still, it's a battle. There's Chandler. And it will be a bounce alongside the centre circle. The Hawks by a behind. Hepburn beaten by Lawrence again. Kennedy with the run of it down towards half forward. Towards the pocket. Martin out in front of Dunstall. Marks it just inside the boundary line. Michael Martin, best and fairest for North last season. Members wing with a kick. Big pack in the air. Lawrence the flyer from behind. Larkin does well. Got the hand pass out wide. Or was it Chandler? It was Chandler who got it to Rock. This is Carey. Not a good kick. Very wide. And the mark is taken by McCarthy. Yes, just inside the field of play. John McCarthy. Acute angle. Close to the man on the mark. Check side kick, bending it back superbly. North Melbourne in front. 2 goals to 1-1.
Well, that's a confident kick from John McCarthy, but he knew he could kick it from there. A straightforward drop punt might have just gone across the face of goal, but confident he had a shot there. It's a good kick coming upfield from Carey. And a good finish there. Excellent disposal.
North Melbourne by 5 points. Back in the centre once again. Hepburn charged at it. It's Larkin who takes it out of the centre. Down towards the half-forward line. Pressure on Ayres. Romero does the chasing. Ayres gets a kick away out towards the boundary line. Pritchard has got to beat 2. McCarthy gets the handball backwards. The Northerners looking good as they go into attack again. Longmire drifting at the back. But it goes over the line. Kick coming in from Wayne Carey. And the first blemish on the board for the Roos. 2-1. Plays 1-1. After Hawthorn got the opening goal. Langford again. To the half-back line. Tuck up high. McGuinness at the back. Crocker did well to partly smother the hand pass. Tuck towards the boundary line. And over. Throw in on centre wing. Members side. Larkin and Platten wait at the front. Will it come down to them? Lawrence at a second tap. Smith had an airy. Pritchard claim. And we'll have another bounce. Now we'll have a free kick.
There's a bit of work after the ball. Yes. The whistle was gone.
Some work in the clinches. Over the head of Brereton. Everyone caught napping at the back. Maybe a chance for Platten. Caught at the bottom. Can he get it out? Chandler working hard. Platten in there again. And finally another bounce with Andrew Collins too picking himself up, but Hawthorn now have it to within 35 metres of their scoring zone. Bryce trying to go with the left hand, Brereton with the left foot, but wide, out of bounds on the full. Now you can see the inflatable padding of Dermot Brereton, but obviously very effective.
Michael Martin out of defence. North lead by 6 points. Kick to the outer side. Lawrence up too early, and it will be a North free.
Dennis, he paid that as a free kick, but he actually went to the front of the Hawthorn play, and the umpire paid it for a push in the back, which is...
Exactly. Hepburn towards midfield. Mew reaches over the top, gets it on the ground. Whitman on his knees, going nowhere. Buckley skidding in there, slaps it out wide. Well played by Ayres, got it to Platten. A high kick down towards half forward. Brayshaw got a fist on it, falls to Morrissey. Good evasion. Morrissey down towards full forward. Oh, strong mark, Dunstall. What a great mark. Body to body with Martin. Used the arm at the last moment and took the mark standing up.
All eyes, sorry Dennis, were on Fairley and Brereton coming from the side there, but Dunstall, superb judgment.
He's only about 25 metres out, 45-degree angle. Question of accuracy. It's good. Scores are level.
And that's his 53rd goal for the season. And he's a very accurate kick at goal, is Jason Dunstall. Only kicked 25 points for the season, which is a fine ratio, but judged that very well. Michael Martin couldn't do much about that. He was in front position. Dunstall too good.
Scores level here at the MCG from the centre. Chandler cutting across that half-back line. Gets a hurried high kick to put North Melbourne over the centre once again. The ball eludes all. The tackle good, but it is eventually shrugged. Fine play, and the kick is long up towards Langford and Longmire. Over the line and one behind. So now the Roos in front again, 2-2. There's 2-1. Alan Jeans. And Chris Langford waiting for a break from the middle. Comes down towards Lawrence. Crocker, however, comes over the top with an effective spoil. Larkin got a bad bounce. McGuinness a good one. Bit of pressure on Collins, but with help through Jenke, but only for a moment, because Ray Jenke's kick goes over the line on the full. Crocker was named on the bench, but started from the opening bounce. To half forward. Coming across once again, and kicking high is Carey. At the back, socket off the ground by Longmire. He'll get another shot and goal. Second time lucky. Longmire kicks his first. A North Melbourne game of defences at the moment. Slapped out the back by Bryce. Tuck may run into the centre here. He does, on to Morrissey. Danger here, the freak from 50 metres wants to go short to Dunstall. Good work by Martin, out in front, punched the ball clear. Now he's claimed. Help from Smith. His kick partly smothered. Morrissey again from the 50-metre line. Looks for Brereton, couldn't quite pull it back. Tucker, hurried snap. Will he kick it? It's the post. 6-5, plays 4-4.
And is James Morrissey a bit Dunstall conscious there? Perhaps he could have straightened and centred the ball toward the square. Went very wide looking for Dunstall.
Michael Martin was a bit lucky with that hand pass out on the outer side too. Ross Smith, high kick towards half back. Nothing paid out there. Plenty happening though. Whitman gets it to Kennedy. To Dippia Domenico. Loves the running goal, but that's a poor kick. Smith in front. Juggles the mark. Plays on immediately. Martin with run in the back pocket. Goes towards the outer side. Hawthorn have got the numbers out there, but Hepburn did well. Took a strong mark. German sold Crocker into trouble. The worst sort of trouble. A rampaging Brereton brought him down. Buckley over the ball, trying to slap it North's way. Couldn't succeed. Well done by Crocker. Got it to German. And now Ramiro around the outer side. He's on centre wing. He draws a man. Pops it over the top. This is Larkin. Larkin 55 metres out and closing. Runs inside the 50. Long kick. It's a good-looking kick. His second goal of the quarter. 7 points the difference.
And a great indication there of quality possessions. Larkin fumbled, then slipped a little bit. Longmire led forward. Ramiro set him up there. Larkin went very wide, got away from Cooper. Cooper had to attack the running Ramiro. Stumbled. And then with Longmire going back deep into the square, could almost have run too far.
Hawthorn can't get away. North Melbourne sticking with them. From the centre, Hepburn wins it. Domenico can't take it. Pritchard tried to tap it wide, but North in with a chance. Carey shows his skills. Around his body to half forward, but no one there for North Melbourne. And Cooper takes the mark at half back. Mew on the outer side on his own. Platten has created space. He's got to wait for the hand pass to drop. Now he's away onto the left foot. And a good kick finding Kennedy. John Kennedy towards Deere and Brereton. Fairly under pressure, but gets it away to Smith. Close to the boundary line is Bryce.
Free kick back here, Sandy. Brereton came through to try and intercept that handball. And the kick will go back to... No, advantage paid.
Advantage is paid. So North move it up towards centre wing. Mew gives it away. Carey to take it.
Interesting interchange too, Sandy. Ramiro came off, had just the one kick. He's been replaced by a much taller man in McRae.
To half forward. No mark taken. Rock working hard. Eventually flicked it out to German. German goes short in towards half forward. Collins runs into his own man. McCarthy tries to get the hand pass away. But good work by Hawthorn. We'll see them clear. Down towards the centre wing. Fine mark taken by Bryce. Kicks up towards the 50-metre line. North playing inspired football at the moment. German's caught. Doesn't lose it. Langford's hand pass. Now the whistle sounds. A tackle too high. And the free kick to go North Melbourne's way. Dean McRae will take it. He is on the 50-metre line. This to make the margin 1 point. Distance will test him. Kick looks pretty good. Goes into the square. Mew holds it up. We'll have a bounce. John Longmire, centre of attention. Has 1 goal to his credit. That was kicked in the first term. Margin at the moment, 7 points. Lawrence wins it. Rock takes it. Does well. Gets it across to Larkin. Is this another one? It's another one. 3 goals to Matthew Larkin. An inspired second quarter by him. And there's only a point in it.
Yes, well, Paul Cooper gave him a bit of a hard time in the first quarter. Played him very close. Larkin couldn't get into the game. But what a way to come back into the match. 3 goals. Very quickly. Almost 12 minutes of football played. And well done by the skip. And a good move by Shimbush. Rock off. McRae on. McRae, the better sized bodied. Rock, I beg your pardon, Ramiro off.
So we're back in the middle. A point the difference. The Hawks lead. Well done by Morris, who got it to Anderson, who goes goalward from 40. Hit the post. They're second in the space of 5 minutes. So the margin out to 2 points. Michael Martin. Members side with a kick. Looking for Hepburn. Knocked away by Lawrence. Morrissey has been very busy in this term. Dragged down by Hepburn. This is Scholl. Breaking away from half-back. Back towards centre wing. Buckley's in front. Collins from behind gave the contest, but dragged Buckley down. So Buckley's got the free on centre wing. And North now starting to run. They're looking impressive. McCarthy's the target. Jenke knocks it away at the second attempt. Crocker's got it 60 metres out from goal. Not a particularly good kick. Cooper looks towards the outer side. Kennedy, will he be favoured by the bounce? No, in fact, it goes towards his teammate Platten, who tries to tap it across to Kennedy. Chandler did well. Weight of numbers tell the story, though. This is Platten. He's on centre wing. After the bounce, he goes towards half forward. Great composure. Morrissey kicks inside the 50. Anderson backed up by Brereton, but the ball beats the pair across the boundary line. Between them was Fairley. So boundary throw in. Hawthorn had the numbers there. Perhaps should have done a little better. The kick not particularly good coming in. Bryson Deer falls at their feet. Smith, who's been a resolute defender, boots to the outer side. Hepburn close to the boundary line. Does very well for a big man. Crocker, untidy hand pass. Tuck knocks it down to Whitman, who tips it across towards Cooper. Cooper kicking towards half forward. Brereton slow to come at the ball that time. They hesitated, though, when they saw Dermy come back for it. Off the ground eventually by Chandler. Put down out there was Whitman as he kicked it back towards half forward. It's going to be a relayed free kick. It'll be taken by Platten. Platten just outside the 50. On the lead is Dunstall. Oh, great mark. He has such strong hands. And the helmet was given a fitness test that time.
Fantastic mark. I mean, it's the hallmark of Dunstall's game, really, to take marks under pressure like this. The kick, a fair one, not a good one, but he made it look easier.
So he's got the two, Jason Dunstall. He's kicking from deep in the left full forward pocket. The champ from Cooperoo has put it through. Hawthorn is 7-6, North Melbourne is 6-4.
40 plays 48, favouring Hawthorn. Scholl took his eye off the ball just for a moment, but he does have backup support. Chandler high to the half-forward line for the Roos. Rock steaming through. Anthony Rock smothered by Divier Domenico. Anderson in front. Couldn't take it. Shoved out back towards the middle. No one able to pick it up. Through the arms of Scholl. Anderson decides to soccer off the ground. Down towards the half-forward line, but again, cut off. Scholl gets another kick. Lawrence taken out of it. Whitman soccers wide. Pritchard will be first to it. Tuck says have a look and go. He does towards Brereton.
Good talking there too by Dunstall. He could have gone a little quicker and perhaps collided. His interchange quickly. Gallagher on with Hepburn coming off. But a good mark too by Brereton. There was a bit coming at him, but he went straight at the football.
This for his second goal for the quarter. And this to stretch Hawthorn's lead to 14 points. He's done that. He has done it. So the Hawks hold the Roos at bay. 8-6, plays 6-4.
I think as I mentioned that first quarter, that's the area where Brereton will get away from Fairley on occasions. He's looked a bit proppy there, Brereton. He's just shuffled a couple of times when going for a couple of physical contests that we'd normally charge at. Obviously that rib cage still tender.
Well, every time they've been challenged, the Hawks have generally got a couple of quick goals. A long way to go in this game, and obviously the question mark may hang over some of the older legs in this Hawthorn side as Buckley kicks it deep into attack. The target is Longmire. Langford's done a good job. McCarthy surely a free kick. So McCarthy is only about 30 metres out.
The umpire played that for holding on, Dennis. I thought it might have been high. Let's see that again. Oh, well, yes, holding on under the arm.
John McCarthy from Tasmania. A chance to post the 7th goal for North Melbourne and pull the margin back to 8 points. The Kangaroos need this one. And what's he done? He hasn't obliged. He's missed to the left-hand side. They need to make those. What a big game it is, this. North Melbourne a game behind both Footscray and Hawthorn, who are in the 5. If they falter tonight, one senses there aren't enough weeks left. Lawrence couldn't hang on. Gallagher on the ground, met solidly by Pritchard. They claim him quickly. Lost it. Holding the ball, a decision. Yeah, that's a bit tough.
Yes, he tried the first couple of instances there, Dennis, but just a little clumsy towards the end there, and the umpire penalised him very quickly.
The clumsiness.
Well, it can happen.
I remember. Here's Smith, forward of half back, towards half forward. In from the side, Lawrence. Rock is showing a lot of dash down there again at the base of that pack. 55 metres out, spears the pass towards Longmire. Langford closed him down. Superb pace on the last 5 metres of the journey, but Longmire, great recovery from 40 metres out. I think he's missed too. He has to the right-hand side. Well, Chris Langford, over the last 5 metres, got there in time. It seemed to all intents and purposes Longmire's ball, but Langford did superbly. There he is.
And Longmire could have short passed to Buckley, who was on his own about 15 metres in front of him.
Just under 9 minutes remaining in this second term. Lawrence was the target. Could have given away a free kick for a tackle too high on McCarthy, however. All eyes will be on John Longmire. And McCarthy's confused everyone. He's gone short. Pressure on Rock. Loses it to Ayres. Gary Ayres around the outer side towards Michael Tuck. Chasing Chandler. Tuck takes it beautifully. Tries to centre. Paul Deere now. Can he get clear with a hand pass? He can to Pritchard. 35 metres out and he goes. Great play. 9-6, plays 6-6, the margin is 18 points.
And full credit there for Dermot Brett. What great team play. The kick coming from Ayres down the ground there, beautiful tap. You just saw it as we came back on the replay there. Gave Tuck something to run onto here, and Paul Deere very cleverly gave Pritchard space to run through and kicked accurately. Good team play from the Hawks.
So Hawthorn lead now by 18 points. Bryce knocking at North Melbourne's way. Mew goes off the ground towards half forward. Brayshaw the fist. Chandler the hurried kick through centre. Back to Mew. Is doing well against Carey in the second term. Long kick towards half forward. Paul Deere missed the mark, but it falls to Anderson. He pulls it back. How will it bounce? It bounces straight on and goes through for a minor score. Just carried on with the angle of the kick that time. So it's out to 19 points. Wayne Schimmelbusch showing the tension. Here's Martin. Members side. Gallagher's in front. Almost the mark, but now Whitman. A centering kick. Going back was Paul Deere, and he was held according to the umpire, and will get a free kick.
Yeah, Rowan Sawyer said that Paul Bryce was all over him initially and then dragged him down. Paul Bryce obviously not happy.
Bryce arguing I think he was in front. Can't win that argument. Paul Deere's got the footy. He'll kick from 30 metres out directly in front. This to stretch it to 25, and he has. Brayshaw, sixth man taken in the November draft. Brereton over fairly. It falls forward for Hawthorn. McRae ties it up pretty well. They're taking some big divots out there, and there's going to be a bounce. Dean McRae started on the bench. Bounced just inside the 50. Paul Deere had it momentarily. Regains it to Dipia Domenico. I'll contest about 30 metres out. No contest. What a superb mark again. We keep singing his praises, but never going to be his Jason Dunstall, and somehow extended the arms to rake it in.
It's a fantastic mark, isn't it?
He's got 3 so far. North can ill afford this. Dunstall straight through the middle. So it remains to be seen as Dunstall gets his 4th, whether now Hawthorn can shake North Melbourne. 11-10 to 7-7.
Well, again, Michael Martin, not far away from Jason Dunstall with the class, and if you just watch this, nothing needs to be said. It's all there on screen. Fantastic.
(7-7) plays 11-10. The Hawks again open up this lead. Whitman goes over the top, trying to tap down towards Morrissey at half forward. Tuck, can he get through? He can. Lawrence does well. Across to Anderson. Down towards full forward. Dunstall will have to come from behind. He can't. And the man in front is paid the mark. And that is Paul Bryce. Long to the outer side. And a good mark taken by Crocker. North have got to get the next one. To the half-forward line. Could have been some hanging on there. John Longmire certainly hasn't had it all his own way tonight. This is his 6th kick. Centres it. Cooper is there, however, and safely marks for Hawthorn. Defensively gives it away to Jenke. He runs his full distance, then goes short to Collins. Still in the back pocket. Shocking kick. May work for Dippy Domenico. Tried to tap it back for Langford, but smothered over the line. 49 plays 76 in the Hawks' favour. Dipper tonight starting on the bench. Crocker in the back with the left foot. What sort of bounce? Jenke was held. And McCarthy plays on. He was the one that tackled him. It could result in a goal to Buckley if he can control it. He can't. Well done, Anderson. To the outer side. It bounces away from Scholl. But he controls it. Does well. Stabs in towards full forward once again, but just cutting across is Ray Jenke.
I'd venture to say his best game of the season. Certainly his best I've seen this season, Ray Jenke. This is Anderson from right half back through centre wing. Brereton the lead. Takes a spectacular mark. What a great mark. Brereton leading with conviction, as he always does. Centering kick. Bryce, timely fist. Crocker, another one. Paul Deere attacking the ball, surrounded by North players. Held without it, Deere. Pritchard, well done by Bryce towards Brayshaw. Was Morrissey in his back? Not according to the umpire. Smith, who's defended stoutly, kicked it only as far as Whitman. Hard against the boundary line. He centres it. Martin will fly from behind. Got hands to it. Couldn't hang on. In goes Brereton solidly. At the base of all of that is Chandler. Had no chance of getting it away. And we'll have a bounce. The biggest lead in the game now. 27 points. Hawthorn in front. North desperate for the next goal. Ayres given time and space. Kicks. And misses to the left-hand side.
Well, North have to try and run Hawthorn off their feet, but what they're doing is running themselves ragged, running out of position. They're not using their brain sufficiently enough. They'll just have to settle and get good use of the football.
28 points the margin as Martin prepares to bring the ball back into play. Goes very wide, but effective. The mark taken by Dean McRae. From the back pocket. Well, unsure. Eventually decides to go short to Buckley. Closely attended by Dean Anderson. Buckley's kick to the wing. Over the line. And North making changes. Allison is back on the ground. And Anthony Rock will take a seat. Dippy Domenico couldn't take it. Allison in the thick of things right from the word go. With him is Tuck. Still down there, Allison. Socket off the ground. Only towards Kennedy. No one going past, and he's crunched. He is crunched. Play goes on. Collins, Crocker, Romero. Spins out of trouble. Gives it away to Hepburn. Spirals one in towards full forward. Langford spilt one, and it could be costly. Longmire at the back. Close to the boundary line. Shrugs the tackle. Oh, no! He's kicked it. What a goal.
With 21 minutes remaining, Martin kicks to the outer side. The rain continues to fall. McRae's up in front. Hepburn, great tackle, Tuck. Should have been rewarded. Crocker did well. Knocked it out to accommodate McRae. McRae skids it around the outer side wing. Rock and Ayres track it across the boundary line, and it will be thrown in.
Restraint shown by committee on that occasion.
Yes, Rock and Ayres.
Hepburn, Lawrence. The back, Collins. Oh, off the face of Romero almost. Scholl working hard. Larkin goes in. All too late. Collins comes out holding that right shoulder. Lawrence wins it to Tuck. The 400 gamer goes to the left half forward flank. Paul Deere can't get clear. The freak will. James Morrissey kicks long. Oh, it's bounced through. Oh, the freak. Oh, did you like Jason Dunster? 14-14 to 11-13.
Well, the way I could see from here, Sandy, looked as if Dunstall was waiting for the ball to come to his chest.
Yeah.
But then obviously just letting, watching this on replay, this ball carrying beautifully, the breeze pushing it out from the goal, and Dunstall just letting it bounce, perhaps hoping it would come back toward him, but a kind bounce to Morrissey.
Well, another test for North Melbourne. They've passed most of them this season and tonight, but they've dropped off the pace again. It's out to 19 points now. Lawrence won it down. Kennedy. Whitman can't control it. Plenty of bodies in there. Whitman to the advantage of McGuinness. Hawthorn relentless. They've got their appetite back for footy tonight. They've had to. Fairly got it off the ground to McRae. North Melbourne not done yet. McRae towards the half forward line. Carey coming back, missed it. Ayres towards midfield and Tuck. Misses the mark. Pritchard across his body. Down towards the 50. Kennedy's in front. Fickle bounce. Knocked away by Chandler. Kennedy goes again. Off the ground by Fairley. And kicking in danger is the call. Or was it too high?
Well, both, Dennis. The leg took him high, so one or the other. Quite right. The umpire called it high, but it was virtually kicking in danger.
Kennedy to the pocket and Brereton. Well, he may be tired, but he hasn't stopped leading and presenting himself, Dermot Brereton. He's kicked 2 goals. He is tired, and this will test him. He's been getting too much height in his kicks lately. Let's see what he does this time. That's a better looking kick. It's bending back. Not far enough, though. And a point. So every time they've been challenged, the Hawks, reminiscent of their best days, they've been able to come back strongly on North. 14-15 to 11-13. But North Melbourne, who have given so much to the competition in recent weeks, you sense still will come again. This is Brayshaw.
Well, there's still plenty of time. Just on 18 minutes remaining in this game. Cooper trying to spoil from behind is not effective, and German takes it on the wing. They need 4 goals. The Northerners to half forward. Oh, McCarthy got up high. Buckley waits down. Kicks hurriedly and consequently pushes to the left. Longmire tries to keep it in for Romero. Throws it back to Longmire. Well, he's kicked one freakish one. Not to be. Jenkins being superb in defence. As Dennis said, just that one error, which did result in a goal, a 50-metre penalty. Apart from that, fine performance. Now Langford. Anderson short if he wants him, and he decides on it. And he's going to go short again too to Whitman. 3 kicks have gained 15 metres. That's longer. Mew in from the side. Pushes wide. Smith may be overrun. Slapped out the back door. Chandler first to it. Cuts off a tackle. Then kicks high and long. Back in towards the centre. Cooper couldn't take it. Waiting down in front, German. Can this be something for North Melbourne? McCarthy and Jenke. Scooped out. Romero can't get clear. They've got him pinned.
I dare say those boos are coming from the North supporters, directed at umpire Sawyers.
He had a perfect angle on that, Rowan Sawyers,
he did it very well. No, falling forward was Romero.
Great umpiring.
And over the line. For a throw-in. No addition to the score. 20 points still the margin. Just on 16 minutes remaining. Time ticking down. Romero Can't quite get it the first time. There's another one. That's better.
It seems set for a marvellous finish. Lawrence has dominated at those centre bounces. Tuck, who started well but has been very quiet, held without it, was he? Not according to the umpire. Smith comes away, chips it out wide. Scholl takes the mark, the defensive side of left centre wing. Scholl pops it over the top. Rock running into space, left it behind. Nugent did well. Nugent close to the boundary line, has something of a dilemma and puts it out deliberately. And 50. Nugent that time found himself between a rock and a hard place. 14-15 to 12-13. Kicks down towards the 50. Muse in front, strong mark. Chris Mew to Ayres. Up from right half back. Through centre wing towards half forward. Paul Deere tries to keep it alive Hawthorn's way and succeeded. McRae put his body in, did well, then lost it. Brilliant pick up Nugent. From 45 metres out, the youngster goes long. Touched. Martin going back, stretching every sinew.
Got the impression that he wanted to make amends for that little error, and he pushed the ball deliberately over the line, and he almost did it. Platten's warming up on the sideline, so the Rat could be back in a moment. Ayres high towards half forward. Brereton has got to beat two. He got a touch to it. Brayshaw backs back on it. Martin chances his arm, gets caught. The ball spills free. Who can pick it up? Dunstall gets it out, but gives away ground. Whitman goes to ground. Deere can't pick it up. He's claimed, loses it. North Melbourne possession. They're out of strife once again, up towards the half-forward line, but only as far as Chris Mew.
What a good mark, well read.
Off to Jenke, back to half-forward again. Couldn't take that one. Nugent, battling hard, close to the boundary line. Some interesting decisions.
Still, as the rules are, they are not black and white. They're up to interpretation by the umpire.
Towards centre wing. And the only one to fly for that was McGuinness. Well, we've got just under 13 and a half minutes remaining. Brereton a little too far underneath. Dunstall tries to chip out. Rock. Smith from a standing start. Hepburn will steady. Still on the defensive side of centre. Swings back onto the left foot. North wants something here. McCarthy will be at the back. If it sits, he may have a chance. Jenke rips him off the ball. He hasn't got it.
Well, that's a good decision by the umpire, Sandy, because he didn't have to tackle him as severely as he did here. McCarthy pushing the ball. If the ball falls out in the tackle, it's play on. It's not holding or dropping the ball.
Well,
if the action of the tackle causes the ball to drop, it's play on. So perhaps a little lucky is McCarthy, but it's not holding the ball or dropping the ball.
this to make the margin. 9 points, and you can hear what the crowd think of that one. The Hawthorn fans. McCarthy, directly in front. He's kicked it. They're still in it. McCarthy gets his second, and North won't lie down. 13-13 to 14-16.
And again, a tough decision. You'll get many people varying with their opinions on that. But that's the way the ball rolls. The decisions go with you or not. A bit of luck. Make your own mind up there.
Nine points the difference. Still ample time, over 12 minutes. Lawrence tries to go off the ground. Rock to Larkin. North Melbourne relentless. Down towards the forward line. Scramble down towards the pocket. Allison leads back in the race. Hard against the boundary line to Longmire, who got the kick initially. Oh, great tackle front on Ayres. Well, I don't know what Longmire was supposed to do there, but it was a great tackle.
Oops.
And a shocking kick. Scholl.
Well, I was about to say that Alan Jeans has often called Gary Ayres a good driver in heavy traffic, but on that occasion, not a good kick.
Craig Scholl. will kick from about the 50, a distance that has tested him for the best part of the night. Kick is on its way. That's a beautiful kick. I think it's home. It is.
Well, we know North will never ever give in. They've produced some wonderful stuff this year. Won 7 out of their last 8. This is Carey from half-back. Let's go with a torpedo. Down towards the half-forward line. Now, is that 50? Should be.
Gee, that's undisciplined. Darren Crocker should know better. They are the things that can cost you. It's unnecessary. Frustration or not, you've got to be disciplined.
Well, all of a sudden, Hawthorn are down towards Dunstall territory. But over the line on this occasion. Three points the margin. Alan Jean's on the phone. And the gum supply
Yes, there's a bit worky there, isn't there?
is diminishing all the time. Deere with the left hand was looking for Platten. Rock sees it over the line. Carey and Deere. Anyone down in front. Brayshaw applies a tackle. Platten has the ball.
Bertie Di-Domenico getting frustrated on the boundary line, wants to get on. They can't make a change.
3 points in it. Crocker. Oh, solid bump. Solid and fair. Still, Dipper waits.
There's the throw in. Carey out of midair by Pritchard. Good mark taken by Anderson. The official attendance tonight imposing 44,627. Built considerably. Here's Platten inside the 50 and in trouble. To Pritchard, run down by German. Morrissey now robbed of the ball by Rock. They're going in solidly. Their lives depend on this. Certainly their football lives. German has it. Left half back. Inside Brayshaw. Back to German. On centre wing towards half forward. Didn't look. New missed it. Larkin. Here's trouble for Hawthorn with Larkin on the ball, but he's outnumbered. McRae in deep trouble. Towards the boundary line goes the hand pass. Collins with some time. Settles. Goes in short. Finds Platten. This is the classic sporting contest. The young up-and-comer against the aging champion. Long kick towards half-forward. Brereton missed it. Going through solidly as Rocky fell over. No second chances here, son. Scholl gets the hand pass away. Chandler under pressure. Pulls it back. Great mark, German. Hits the ground running. He goes to left half-forward. He pulls it back, but too far. Mark is missed by Mew. Longmire's hand pass. Knocked forward by North Melbourne, but Ayres is in the road. Clears the zone. Foot race towards the other side. Longmire striding out. Allison arrives first. With him is Langford. Great tackle, Langford. Ayres back towards Langford. Knocks it forward. Lawrence tries to go off the ground. Ayres socket away by Hepburn. Hepburn used his body well. Kept his head. Got it to Brayshaw. 3 points the difference. The kick to midfield. Mew misses. Platten on all fours. Could have been held without it. Pritchard, high kick towards half forward. Standing his ground down there. Hepburn. It falls to Crocker. Crocker back towards the half forward line for North. Valiant attempt to mark by German. Away comes Collins.
Clever kick towards the boundary line.
What great football. Fantastic.
That
The
was-
running of Longmire and Langford over that far side and commitment to get the ball and put it in their side's favour. Just fantastic.
That was grand final stuff, that. Just over 6 minutes remaining. Hawthorn hold a 3-point advantage. The ball breaks free for Crocker. He steadies and puts North down into the forward line again. Gallagher, as he pulled off the ball. The umpire says no, play on. And Hawthorn again run it out. Their defence under tremendous pressure. Pritchard now. From the wing towards Brereton. And he takes it on the chest. Dermot Brereton. To Dunstall. Yes! Great football.
What great running there by Pritchard. Craig Scholl chased his heart out, couldn't get there. Disposal by Pritchard to Brereton, fantastic. Brereton knew Dunstall was on the lead. What a great disposal there in those hands. He knew Martin just too late. Great footy.
Under 5.5 remaining. This can give Hawthorn a little bit more breathing space. The margin is 3 points. 45 metres out. Tough shot. Drifts it right across the face. And it's slammed into the behind post. No addition to the score. Hawthorn have it in their attacking zone. And the time remaining. Carey, flick from behind. Anderson. They're all weary. He lifts his legs towards that boundary line. And still Dippy Domenico waits. Inside the last 5 minutes now. Paul Deere knocked on by Rock. Crocker in turn. Got it down to Larkin. Now a chance for North to McRae. Over the top, Gallagher. Back to McRae. He's got pace for a big man. This is superb football to German. Centering kick McCarthy. Out of the back pocket to centre half forward, giving McCarthy a set shot at goal.
Ray Allison's free as a bird in the pocket. McCarthy didn't see him. Put the pressure on himself, but he's capable of kicking. And again, great disposal of the football. Fine exponent of the game is John McCarthy kicking long goals. Pressure on him now.
North Melbourne haven't been in front since the early minutes of the game. Now, as the clock runs down, can McCarthy put them in front? Not a good kick. Miscues. And it goes through for a point.
I'm glad I said that.
So the margin is 2 points. 14-16 to 14-14. Without question, one of the games of the season. And Langford, a deep breath. And then restarts play towards the outer side. Tuck stole that one. Away he comes. A milestone night for him as he runs it towards midfield. Good kick too, finds Lawrence. A runner inside, still going down the ground is Anderson. That's the way the kick goes. Now Anderson should have gone. He stopped. That could be costly in the wash-up tonight. There's Dunstall leading. Anderson going for distance down towards full forward. Surely a North free kick in front. Martin arrives and the ball dribbles through for a behind. Well, that appeared to be a submission hold on the North player down there.
I think someone's got one on Ross Glendinning at the moment. He's in shock.
It was an unbiased reaction. Sawyers was going to blow his whistle and didn't, and should have.
Martin straight down the middle. Plenty of flyers. Tuck caught. Whitman applies a good tackle. Socket off the ground. German. Oh, beautifully tackled. Ball spills free to Cooper. Gets a hurried high kick. Mew underneath it. And takes it in the middle. 2 3/4 minutes remaining. Chris Mew in the centre. Will go long. To the 50-metre line. Brereton in front of the pack. Couldn't complete the mark. McRae tries to tap on. A chance for McGuinness to get it away. He does. Pull back in towards full forward. Dunstall. Oh, Brereton. Damn it, Brereton goes. Beautifully off the pack. The mark of a champion.
Perhaps can breathe a little easier, but if they do, it will be at their peril. Platten got it out of the middle. Brereton again. Superb use of the body to Anderson to Dunstall. Platten is on across the ground. Dunstall will see him as he looks up. Platten is alone in the goal square, and Lawrence takes his man back to Platten. Well, Lawrence should have offered a lead. Platten was loose, and either one of two then would have been on for Dunstall, but Dunstall fancies himself from here. He'll kick from about 45. Maybe a shade closer. No, from 45 metres out, Dunstall, and he's missed.
Well, it's 4-3 to Jason Dunstall. Bit of an experience there as Dennis called it with Steve Lawrence.
North Melbourne want 2 goals in a hurry. Gallagher the target. Unable to take the mark. German. Out the back door towards Romero. Pushed in the back.
Oh.
No, said the umpire. Cooper gets it to Whitman. Time to steady and have a look round. Wants Platten. Can't take the mark. Anderson cuts across nicely. Well done by Anderson, but gets his kick under pressure and goes over the line. And we come back.
50.
Dermott was a bit silly to punch it over after it had already gone over on the full. Under a minute remaining, however, and it's going to be very tough for North. Fairley has it just forward of centre wing. They want a goal in the next 10 seconds to have any chance. To half forward, big pack of players, thrown out towards Collins. He's held, he's ripped off the ball. The umpire calls play on. Langford gets it over the centre. Smith is there for North Melbourne. He looks for the free kick. It doesn't come his way. Brereton stands his ground. Lawrence couldn't get rid of it. Now still a chance for North through McRae. Towards half forward. Mew tried to tap forward. Rock gets the hand pass away to German from 50 metres. Set sail for home. No one at home, however. And Jenke is there for Hawthorn. Steady as you like. He finds Pritchard in the back pocket.
Only seconds remaining, and Hawthorn have got the 4 points here tonight. Goes short. Hepburn's taken the mark. We're down to 4 seconds, though. Time will beat North Melbourne. There's the siren. So Hawthorn have won. Hepburn will try and narrow the margin.